Hi all, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do Lewis dot structures in this video. So in the Jamboard that I assigned on Thursday, January 7th, here are the instructions. Draw the Lewis dot structure for each element listed here. Use a colored marker. You are drawing dots around the element according to how many valence electrons each element has. So by now, we all know that the group number that these elements are in represent how many valence electrons that element has. So for example, here we have hydrogen, or H. It's in group 1A. So I drew one dot representing that one valence electron hydrogen has. So I'm going to do that for the other elements in group 1. They all have one valence electron. So it doesn't matter where the dot is, as long as it's in one of the four sides of the element. So I'm gonna show you guys examples here. So I drew one dot next to lithium, and for sodium, I'm going to draw the dot above. And then for potassium, I want to put the dot right on the left side. All right, so these are Lewis dot structures of these elements. And I'm gonna continue with my 2A elements, right? Beryllium has 2 valence electrons. And same goes for magnesium and calcium. But I'm not gonna do those. I want you guys to do them on your own on your Jamboard. And we have our 3A elements. Boron has 3 valence electrons. So I'm gonna draw 3 around boron. Notice how I go on like each side of the element. So remember when we did Bohr diagrams that we colored in the electrons on each side before we pair them up. And it's gonna be the same for Lewis dot structures. So I'm gonna go do carbon here. Carbon has 4. All right, notice I'm trying to draw the dots neatly. All right, and now I'm gonna show you guys nitrogen. Nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. So once I give each side of the nitrogen its valence electrons, 3, 4, I need to draw one more. So I'm gonna pair one side up like that. So you can see nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. I'm gonna do it for oxygen. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And if you ever mess up your dots, you can choose the eraser tool and kind of erase the dots and redraw them. I do want you guys to make this as neat as possible. here. All right, so 6 valence electrons for oxygen, and fluorine has 7, right? So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go in order, or I'm gonna make sure each side of the fluorine gets 1 valence electron. All right, and then I'm gonna pair it up. So that's my 5, 6, 7. All right, I know on Jamboard, it's really hard to control the marker, unlike when we do this in like pencil, but try your best to keep it as neat as possible. And then let's do neon. Neon has 8. And notice that the helium I already did for you guys. And helium, even though it's in group 8A, only has 2 electrons total. So I just drew 2 dots on helium to represent the 2 electrons. Neon should have 8. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw 2 electrons side by side for neon on each side, because that's gonna be 8. All right, so that's my neon Lewis dot structure. So I want you guys to go through all of the rest of the elements and make sure they have, you draw the Lewis dot structure. I basically did the first row with you guys, so hopefully you can just finish up the rest and submit your work for credit. All right, see you guys later.